A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. A pistol snap back to Hurts. That'll be taken in by Barkley. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before third down. Hurts will work here from the pistol. Firing right side, brought in by Brown.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on fourth down. They'll try it now with Barkley. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
Ready? Go!
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. They'll go play action here with Daniels. Off he goes. And Daniels will slide to a stop. Wise move as a young quarterback. That's how you stay around and become effective. He picked up the first down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes him pay.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
Let's go now.
To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it.
I met a girl and she needs to be. I'm just a mess, so I guess that it's complicated. She's like I just wanna be sedated all night long. I met a girl and she needs to be. I'm just a mess, so I guess that it's complicated. She's like I just wanna be sedated all night long. She's like a tidal wave, and I wanna drown.
It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle, and we just heard it, and that means it's time for football at Lumen Field. Here's Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle.
Here we go.
And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. Down the left sideline. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 38 yards on the scamper there. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Sliding out of the pocket. They'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, let's give some credit to the defense. They did a nice job there as they flushed him to his right. But he is able to buy some time, extend the play, and turn it into a short gain.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Running left is Walker. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 61 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And so close, he gets it to the run. Out of bounds right there. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Walker hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they're just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what 2nd down brings. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
63.
Up the middle with Barkley. And this is going to be an Eagles 1st down as he gets this up to the 24-yard line. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Hurts. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback, and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And
that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
And he's got some space here. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 59 yards rushing so far. And this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip.
Next to score, Eagles 7, Seahawks nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Well, now how about this return? And they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Here's a diving catch right side. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
I know at retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot here before break. Smith. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Just the 1 touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 110 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it again with Barkley. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Here's a give to Barkley. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Play action. Here's Hurts. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Uchenna and Wosu got the sack there.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And this one is incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you.
Here we go.
You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Escaping the pressure right. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Now Geno. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Eagles will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's...
For the antidote, there's a British girl on my TV screen. She's so hot, she's so mean. Burn my body like it's flammable. Girl, I'm still a fan of you. Hey, 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 hey. Like a cannibal. Baby, I'm a fan of you. Your sensation, my fixation. Just tell me that it's tangible. Baby, I'm a fan of you.
Say don't play with me, but I still gamble with it. We getting right before we take off on the landing strip. Know that you like all the attention that a fan gives. Say that you like me, but you way too young for marriage. I've been here before, I know exactly how it goes. Yeah, now I got you packing up your clothes. You can hit me up and let me know exactly when you close. I'm her favorite, says she need a... She wanna all day. Hey, 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 hey.
Two in, two up, back ends, booked up, look up, I'm flying, yeah, I'm free now, see now, society's time me release now, crazy, I'm finna go see now, big style, big deals, vitamin water, that's a big one, 6 mil, coach came to me like I'm D1, like Will, got 17 hours to the flight out. Only got time for a night out. So tell me what you want from me. We ain't getting no younger. So tell me what you want from me. We ain't got too long, no. You know I gotta catch my flight. You know I gotta reach new heights again. You know you're running up at night. You know I gotta get one life for this. The night, hell of a life. The night, hell of a life. Okay, let's go. I'm really living like the text went through. J. Cole said it's memes and mills, but I'm the king and adjust it all. Really wanna wipe me down. I got more patience than a hospital. Sweaty better beef with me than never beef with life's obstacles. I'm bad as a bone out. I'm way too toned to be toned down. Too big, so I'm cocky. From the back while on Twitter with my phone out. Got an Eminem deal, but I'm Hershey. 6'2", dark skin with purpose. Never voicemail on my phone last night to myself saying little service. Yeah. You know I gotta catch my flight. You know
This is a city that's hosted more Super Bowls than almost anybody else. And, oh yeah, Brock, they've won a couple of their own along the way, too. We're in the home of the Buccaneers, Tampa, Florida, and Raymond James Stadium. We're just seconds away from getting this one started. And we're off and running from Raymond James. Kickoff taken at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, and they go right back to him. Another big rip for him. Reaches the 30. And he's all the way down to the 10-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
What an injection of momentum for the offense on that play. With the energy boost and a much shorter field, I predict it's not going to be long, Kate, till they finish this series off.
They're going to run with Barkley. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's got it. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for him, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. But they couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Bucky Irving now to return. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's the give to Irving. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 7. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down. Markers reset. Ball at the 37. First down. Here's Baker. That's a catch. Jalen McMillan. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Working quickly here. The give for the first time to Rashad White. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Baker out of the pistol. That's complete, Mike Evans. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. Mayfield thrown out of the pistol. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And he's out just a second shy of reaching the red zone. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that leaves him with 3rd and short. Irving here from the gun. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Let's go, boys, let's go.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Kings.
Here we go, it's Mayfield. He finds him beyond the marker. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out. It's an 8-yard gain. What a great call on 4th down. It keeps this drive moving. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Mayfield. This throw is caught. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Pistol.
Up the middle, here goes White. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up.
Buccaneers, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
White on 1st and goal. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. This is going to go as a pickup of 4. 2nd and goal coming up.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. White. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Buccaneers earn the chance to tie it before halftime. It's a Rachaad White touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
He's throwing for it. And this is caught. And that bid for the lead works out. They're now up 8-7. They come up with a touchdown of their own. And then, I love this, a little one-upping by scoring on the 2-point try to take the lead.
Yeah, you love it because you didn't have to make that call. The coach did. But clearly, they don't want to play from behind. They want to be the one dictating. And now, well, now they've got to do it the rest of the way.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Running right, it's Barkley.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches.
Set.
Here's another carry for Barkley. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Not able to get away from the big Vita Vea. Barkley gets it on 3rd down. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. On 4th down, Hurts has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. They went for it and got the 4 yards they needed, and that keeps this drive alive. Looking to throw. He'll get this one to Brown.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Go Silver, ready?
Throwing it just before halftime. A massive shot towards the end zone. And he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take a lead on the final play of the half. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles push their lead to 6. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Tucker now on the return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running right, it's Irving. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Brought down on the effort by Quinyon Mitchell. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the 31. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
And this one doesn't go far. Offense up to the line fast. Looking to throw. They connect for the 1st. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble there on 4th down, and they move those chains. Mayfield to throw again. Short pass brought in. And they touch him down. Looks to be about 4 yards short of the 6.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Baker throwing again. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the 1st sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Buys time, rolling right. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury. Well, great team defense there. No matter where he looked, Brock, there seemed to be a defender there, including where the pass eventually went, and that was why it was intercepted.
Such a disciplined rep there from the defense. As a QB, you try to extend the play to break them down defensively. Nobody did. And as a quarterback in that case, when you don't have a lane to throw it and the field is shrinking, you've got to throw that ball in the 5th row.
First down, a run with Barkley. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Offense in the hurry up here. 2nd and 13. Caught, nice gain left side. And he gets in, touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles push their lead further to start the half. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he can rumble the whole way home.
Okay, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
And that pass is complete for 2, and their lead grows further. Oh, it's a favorite of NFL teams and armchair quarterbacks alike, partner. The quick slant. It is so tough to defend that close to the goal line, and this time it works for 2.
It sure is. It's one of those plays that I think Bart Starr was running in the 60s, that slant route. When you incorporate it with the threat of a fade as well, that's when it becomes so effective. But you get inside that DB, you show the quarterback your numbers, and it's almost automatic for a 2-point conversion.
Pistol.
1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Bails out of the pocket quick. That's to the sideline, and Evans has got it. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Mayfield on 1st and 10. And he'll be touchdown after a big play.
Let's go.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Buccaneer football. They trail, but it's still within reach for them. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Mayfield now from the gun. Got Evans, it's complete. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Working quickly here.
Hey, alert 33.
1st down from the red zone. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Point it right. Watch.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Baker now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. And they will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers now within 1 score in the 4th. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense.
And he goes down. The pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead.
Eagles 22, Buccaneers 14.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. And this kick is going to go out of bounds. Oh, my. That's going to place the ball at the 40-yard line. First and 10 from the 41.
Great, set.
Handoff headed right, Barkley. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Going to the ground again on first. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. Eagles leading by 8. They go to Barkley again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. A lot of pressure on this kick for Jake Elliott. It's on the right hash for this 39-yarder. The kick by Hopkins is good. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
The best kickers I've been around here over the last few decades, they relish these moments. They know the hard work all their buddies on offense and defense have done. And when they can make it a 2-score game and be clutch when it matters, these are the moments they live for.
On the return, here's Irving. Not a good return. They bring him down just beyond the 10.
Chopper doing circles, it's a bird. Take him to the potty, he's a nerd. Pop out, I ain't seen hit corners in the burbs. Pop out, done politicking with the competition, what's the word? Put that on my mama, 8 in the process. Trying to tippy-toe through the progress. Tongue-tied when the truth is an object. What's the pros and the cons of this next check? Wasn't nobody round, I was independent. In a 97 bomb with the windows tinted. Heard a bomb got in the party. Who the like this in the party? Them up. I was seeing double in the projects. Mad at myself, learn to put it to the side. Mama had to cater for the coupe that we rode after school on the way to Popeyes. And wanna play both sides, just a red dot. Don't get on the wrong red eye. It's a headshot, they became woo them guys. Round them, 2 of them guys. I'm Paris, I'm France. I thought that I told you I need the advance. Put down your IG and look through my lens. A million to grandma, who did I offend? The girl of your dreams to me is a fan. I netted 10 million and did a little dance. I'm f***ing world, I my pants. My Uncle G told me that I had a chance. So then I popped out and did it again. And did it again and did it again. I cannot respect them, where did he begin? Advice from the council, let nobody in. Been swearing through rumors, avoiding the trends. And ducking the loot.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we join you from South Philly, close to 70,000 strong, packing Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles. The kicker, Tyler Bass, has us ready to start. And we're underway here in South Philly. A return now from the 4. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he'll take it for 4 yards on the game's first play. Here's 2nd and 6. Man in motion is Brown. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
Incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. They'll wind up giving the ball over on downs.
Coaches love to come out early in the game and establish a very aggressive approach. But I'm just not sure, Mike, if at this point in the game they needed to make this decision. I'm going to be very curious to see, does this come back later in the game to bite them?
Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Out of the gun, here's Allen. That's to the left side, and taken in by Coleman.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to, what they call, punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Allen. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by their rookie corner. And a nice return here as well. He is out of bounds near the 40.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Dotson, the man in motion. On play action, Hurts. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Taylor Rapp. And a big gain out of bounds as time runs down. An exclamation point to end this first quarter. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. Big play there for the Bills. 32 yards.
They certainly wasted no time trying to take advantage of that great field position, and I love it. So often we see teams either in sudden change or when they have a shorter field to go, they want to strike early. There is such a correlation in the NFL, Mike, between explosive plays and your ability to end drives with points.
Now Allen on first down. Open man, that's Amari Cooper. First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown to...
Now Cook loses the football. That'll be picked up by the Eagles.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
They'll come up now for second down and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And that's going to be enough for a first down. We'll move the chains up past the 20. Two minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia right after this. Once again, it's Barkley. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down. On the ground, this is Barkley. Oh. They get 15 on that game. Good for an Eagles first down.
I'll tell you what, Mike, this is a guy that you do not want to have to tackle in space. I mean, the footwork, the agility, the ability to go side to side and then still have the burst and explosiveness to pick up big yards. I mean, this guy is a handful.
They'll run it here with Saquon. Oh, yeah. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. And frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, you know the offensive line's doing their job up front, and we can see the results.
And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down. Here's a handoff to Barkley.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Man in motion is Smith. Here's Barkley. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. First down, Philadelphia.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's second down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long.
What started out as a promising drive seemed inevitable, Mike, with the way they were able to continue to move the ball, that they'd find themselves finishing with points. But after that 2nd down sack brings up 3rd and long, and this drive looks suddenly very different.
Now a deep ball looking for Brown. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. On 4th down, it's Jake Elliott time for the Eagles. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts. On 4th down, here comes Jake Elliott for the Philadelphia field goal. Spotted at the 45, this is a 55-yard attempt. And that is no good. He missed it. So no scoring as of yet. Nothing here at the break. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Defenses control the first half, but when will we see some points? Hopefully soon as this 3rd quarter begins. That ball going to hop into the end zone. It's a touchback that will come out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. This one caught by Khalil Shakir. Down the right sideline. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Middle.
Throwing now, Allen here on 1st down. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there, but now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. To throw again, it's Allen. He gets this complete to Shakir. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And this will not be a spike. He faked it. And this is going to blow up on them. So much for a fake. It's a sack.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Amari Cooper was the man he was looking for. And now it's 3rd and goal.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him.
And he'll take it on in. Amari Cooper. Touchdown, Bills. Well, Greg, so much for calling a 0-0 shutout. Finally, we get somebody on the board here to start the second half.
Yeah, what was a defensive battle? And you have to think, if you're the defensive coordinators at halftime, you're feeling pretty good about your game plan, probably not making a lot of adjustments. I'll be interested to see now, after allowing that early score, do they continue with what we saw up to this point, or do they have some wrinkles that they can throw to now try to slow down this offense here in the second half?
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Isaiah Rodgers now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And a good piece of running there. He'll get about 9 yards past the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second.
A run with Barkley. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a first down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
A first down throw for Hurts. Off he goes.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
2nd and a yard. Here's a handoff to Barkley running left. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. They'll try to run here with Barkley. And he'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the 2nd phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here. And there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
On 3rd down, here's Hurts. And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete.
Since birth, I've been shooting from a cannon. Mid-flight, here to recite, I ain't landing. Handles like a vandal at night, you can't grab it. Fire underneath my hood is outstanding. Blast through a wall of bricks like Superman did. Ain't nothing holding me back but me standing. So I'ma take off right now from this planet. The new sound has been founded, yo. I don't know what you've been told, but I ain't gonna stop till I break the mold. You see, I'm born in the music. I wanna rise in the ceiling, yes I do. I think it's time to see a brand new menu. I said I'm born in a million.
We are just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. And we are underway in Buffalo. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
A beautiful fake. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. Again, it's Barkley. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. First carry for Kenneth Gainwell. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
2nd and 10. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 49 yards rushing for him here. What a start to the ball game. It's 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flipped it up.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that's going to be short of the landing zone. It doesn't make it there, so that means the ball's going to come out to the 40. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. Operating from the gun, Allen. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. Here's 2nd and 10.
Half 10. What is that?
Here's Allen to throw it. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
Half 85, half 85.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
What's that?
Operating from the gun, Allen. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Regular. Alert! Let's go!
Allen. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Allen to throw once more. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Now it's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Steps away to his left. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Half. 5 wide. What's that?
From the gun, it's Allen. Flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Rolling to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Buying time to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The Eagles' offense set to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Running again with Barkley on second down. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Flush to his right. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Alert!
Now Allen. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Pick made by Terrell Bernard, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
So first thing crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely, and from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Dancing to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Nolan Smith, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. Here's Allen. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Just the one touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the
56,
air.
56. Where's that?
To the air, Allen. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. 3rd down and 13.
Where's that?
Throwing now is Allen. Now he fires deep for Shakir. It got his man complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Allen going to throw. This will be caught at Samuel. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. It's Barkley on the counter. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 70 yards rushing now for Barkley. It's a 1st down. From the gun, here's a run by Gainwell. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. 2nd and 7. Up the middle with Barkley. Fights off the defender. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. They'll run it again with Barkley. Oh, good move. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Barkley is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A.J. Brown from 3 yards out. And the Eagles answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Important extra point up and through. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. This is 1st and 10.
Middle.
To throw is Allen. Escaping the pressure right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Now Allen. This taken in by Kincaid. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. Throwing, Allen. That is caught by Shakir. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Here's Allen. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Eagles have just about sewn up this football game. Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
And nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the 1st of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And that should do it. He's got a 1st down. And the Eagles, they can run it out from here. Now the offense going to use the 1st of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Oh, he's going to look downfield for Barkley. And it's incomplete. We're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Shoot my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Shoot my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Their spot like, ayy, 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 ayy. I gotta get it, man. Shout out, I'm fully committed like, ayy. I studied the target, I'm never gonna miss it. I call that precision like, ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Grandma was in A, auntie was in it, ayy. Mama had AAA. I wasn't scared to crash anyone anyway. I ride a shotty while bro had a get away. I gotta penetrate, I gotta generate. I got like 20-some years to my hood, now I gotta go live away. I'm out of town, but I'm not on the getaway. I spin a giveaway. You mean I'm the generous king for real? The sleep, then I light up the street, got screaming like Billie Jean for real. I'm from the M, I got M's in the bank and M's in all my streams for real. Feeling like Phil, they be living like Carlton if I leave him in the wheel. Shoot my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Shoot my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Their spot like, ayy, 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 ayy. I gotta get it, man. Shout out, I'm fully committed like, ayy. I studied the target, I'm never gonna miss it. I call that precision like, ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Baby, I'm loving it. I think I'm ready for kids. She said when it stop trying to in her face. That makes sense. I'm going up past LA Brent. I'm going off no fail, say switch. Yeah, me and my team go back like plastic cup boys on some tailgate. Okay, look, all eyes on me. I feel like I'm Truman. No, we finna win it, cause I'm about to lose it. I don't give a computers disputing. I go off a field, no heads, he just shooting. I die for my team, I'm the coach, I'm recruiting. I'm spending my time and I'm saving the day. I feel like a mutant, I'm built like a student. I'm feeling bilingual, cause I'm in Nigeria, rocking the Cubans. My life is a highlight reel that I keep on looping. You can't just tell me, you gotta prove it. Stealing, they first name is Lupin. I'm hitting harder than Ayuk, and they sending shots for some high, I just juke it. Hitting my desk, I'm B.I.G., you know I can't forget that I do it. Shoot my shot like...
In the only building this franchise has ever known. We're at the home of the Texans. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. Jake Elliott is out, ready to kick this one away. And we're off and running from Houston. Dameon Pierce now to return it. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. All right, let's get this show on the road and it is 1st and 10. Now begin with a run by Mixon. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course, but you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
His first throw is an interception. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell. And the Eagles take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Christian Harris on the stop. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. They go to Barkley again. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Barkley gets it on 3rd down. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Give him 3 on the play. It's going to be 5 to go on 4th down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On 4th down, Hurts. Chased out to his right. His first throw is an interception. Jimmy Ward has it. And the Texans take over just inside the 40. They're at the opposing 39. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
The Texans take over 1st and 10.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Pass taken in by Diggs. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They'll come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He rolls to his right. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Nico Collins, the intended target. And it's going to be 2nd down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Brought in right side. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. To the air yet again. It's Stroud. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Nico Collins, the intended target. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Stroud from the pistol. Getting out to his left. And he's able to get this down to the 13. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. So we saw dueling interceptions in a turnover-laden 1st quarter. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They're looking down to 2nd and 9. Here's another carry for Barkley. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7. Hurts now from the gun. He's got time. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Pretty even match in this first half. And you just kind of wait. Right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Hurts now on 4th. Looking for a target. They can't connect as the coverage comes through. 4th down stands.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Again, the give to Mixon. Barrels in for the touchdown. The Texans get the game's first points here in the second. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Those defensive coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You try bringing down one of these NFL running backs in this case.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those horses before they find pay dirt.
That one right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Handoff headed right. Barkley. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Will Anderson Jr. in on a stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at NRG. The Eagles driving ahead. Second down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Able to find Dotson here. He's got room to roam here. Still fighting forward. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles earn the chance to tie it before halftime. That is a touchdown to one of their prime receiving targets.
This is really what you pay your skill guys for. You know, I had an old coordinator say it's my job to get you a one-on-one. It's your job to go out and win it with a touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles tie this game 7-7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Pierce now on the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
1
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. He's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. They gain 14 on the play. And it sets up a Houston first.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
First down, Stroud. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles will take over beyond their own 40.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line. On 1st down, Hurts. Forced out to his right. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take the lead just before halftime. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Pierce now on the return. What a hit, and the ball's loose. And the fumble recovery is made. Now, we just don't see kick returns nearly as often as we used to, Brock, which makes impact plays on them like that so much rarer.
Yeah, that is so well said. Kind of reminds me of my son's baseball coach, right, at a young age. You're always coaching those guys, hey, the ball's going to come to you. The ball's going to come to you every single pitch. The ball's going to come to you. And these kickoff cover guys, they got to think in their mind every time is my chance to make a play, and they just did.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it. Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. From the right hash, a 49-yard look. The kick by Hopkins is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Pierce now on the return. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Chooses to bring this one out. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running right, it's Barkley. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Aziz Al-Shire that time on the tackle.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right, doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Motion man left is Brown. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He breaks the tackle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
No, it's not a running back, but it's a receiver carrying across the marker, Kate. I'm not even calling this a trick play anymore. It's about maximizing your resources and your asset, and this receiver shows you he can be a tool as a running back.
They put a receiver in motion right. He cuts it right sideline. There's room to run. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Completed to his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or 2 short of the 25.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Goddard makes the catch. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Hurts throwing again. On the move, headed right. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. And even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the 1st down.
They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. QB sneak coming. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Eagles grow the lead coming out of halftime. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. He finds his way in on the sneak. It's tried and true in 32 playbooks across the NFL for a reason, Brock. Even when teams see this one coming, just so tough to stop a quarterback sneak.
It feels like a win in today's football is just to stall them at the line on that play. So many groups are so effective with the QB sneak, but that time the timing of the call, I think, was most important that led to the score.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles take a 3-possession lead.
Take a drive from downtown along Broad Street. You run into Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles here in South Philadelphia. Here's Jake Moody to get this one kicked off. And we're underway here in South Philly. This taken in at the goal line. And that's well done by the kicking team. He's only able to make it past the 15-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And it's a positive start. A gain of 5 to get things going. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Once again, it's Barkley. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a 1st down. Play action. Here's Hurts. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. And maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. He'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it here with Saquon. And he'll take this up to the 48-yard line. From off the edge, Nick Bosa with the stop. 7th play of this opening drive. And here's 3rd down. Now Hurts. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a 1st down. On the handoff, this is Barkley. And he'll get 6 on this one, moving it inside the 40-yard line. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4. Dotson, the man in motion. They'll run. It's Barkley. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. 0-0 is the score. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
Great, set.
And in motion is Brown. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
That's taken in by Dotson. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down. Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. I'll run up the middle with Barkley. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now. I think there's one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Hey, 73.
They'll try it now with Barkley. And he's going to have the Eagles, and he's going to have the Jets. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts.
This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
From the 1, 2nd and goal. They'll try to sneak it here. Looking for that crease inside, and that did not break the play. No doubt about it. They are going to mark him short. The ball inches from the goal line. 3rd and goal. They'll run with Barkley. He slams it in there, and he is in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
First and 10. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. A tight end in motion now. They'll throw to begin with Purdy. He'll find his tight end, Kittle, on the right side. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10.
First down, San Francisco.
Opening carry of the game for the versatile Christian McCaffrey. Trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he's shoved out of bounds and probably loses a yard.
Really nice job here by the defense, just continuing to string this play out towards the sideline. The running back, you can tell, he's looking for somewhere to stick his foot in the ground and get north. There was nowhere for him to go except run out of bounds.
On second down, Purdy. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Reed Blankenship. And he's going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick six for touchdown. Elliott on now for the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Eagles move out on top, 14-0. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This is a short kick, returnable from the 13. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. To throw on first down is Purdy. That's taken in by Jennings. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Throwing on second down is Purdy. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them if they want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
Here's the timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. What can they do here on third down and 7? Shotgun snap to Purdy. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. 11 yards on the connection there. It's good for a Niners first down. So we've reached halftime here in South Philly, and the Eagles are on top. As we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, where the coach is Jonathan Coachman, has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. He fields it at the 8. And they are going to be backed up to start. What a big hit on the return. Stopped him right in his tracks. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now Purdy. This throw left side caught by Kittle. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. A first down throw for Purdy. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. Again, it's Purdy. Now, screen set up from Mason. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Third down. Purdy. He finds his big receiver, that's Jennings. 17 yards on that play. First down, 49ers.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start. It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
He'll find his open man. That's Brandon Ayuk. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Finally seems that this offense has found their rhythm after what's been a really slow first 2 quarters. They're hopeful that this series can be the spark. They continue to be efficient in the passing game and go finish this drive.
This one intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Brown. Accelerating toward midfield. Inside the 20. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Eagles.
particular taste. I just stuff my pockets in my face. Okay, let's have a debate. We talking about, I promise I'm feeling the way. I took the bodies up out of my closet. I buried them deep and they still in the way. I know some got baptized. Guys, they can't put the drilling away. Had to part ways with the sad vibe. Bad guy, you might be a villain today. Ask God why I didn't get an answer. Why I lose my brother to... Why I lose my grandma to cancer? Why me? God, I need answers. Why a young straight out of Atlanta? Why the judge and the cops trying to jam us? Why I keep getting all of these chances? Why me? God, I need answers. Speak your mind and you might get canceled. Pinky ring and it cost me a phantom. The witness, the evidence tampered. Dirty money, the safest to hamper. Yeah, my just star and I stamped her. P.E. Jordan 3, this a sampler. I don't wanna do it, but I gotta do it. Gotta. If it's me or you, he got fire, I got fire, a lot of fluid. Gotta wait from the haters, say hallelujah. Be crazy, be the closest to you. It's okay, cause they know that I come to do it. Hold your VO for Virgil, exclusive Louis. I hit a Ewing, it's hitting and glisten the movies. If you smoke at the door, then I'm tending to it. Watch when I step here, come my belt. Angel on my shoulder, but the devil on the left. I got a meal, not a meal from a shelf. I do it alone, I own myself. Stay home for you, don't get playing dirty here below my belt. I'ma get the bad, do the show myself. I had to show myself. Make room on my plate. I just said my grace and then I ate. Got a particular taste. I just stuffed my pockets in my face. Okay, let's have a debate. We talking about, I promise I'm feeling the way. I took the bodies up out of my closet, I buried them deep and they still in the way. I filled up the crib with cars, the halls with all in all, I'm still having space. That a particular taste, picky eater, I guess. But I'm some stuff in my face. She got a natural rap like a natural do like the she don't like. I was outside of the building, I'm on in the spot when it bid it, you gotta have faith. I'm in a minute.
Just outside of the nation's capital in nearby Landover, Maryland. Welcome in. We're getting a look at the enormous Northwest Stadium. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Okay, break. Here we go, here we go.
Daniels from the pistol. Along the sideline, Brown brings it in. It's a gain of 22. And the Commanders will have a first. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Hits him on the in route. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Into heavy coverage, and that's intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury. And the Eagles get the football on the first turnover of the contest. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Jukes out a one-stop. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. One quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They're looking at second and pretty short. They go to Barkley again. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. First down, and they go right back to him. Pushing for the red zone. It's a Philadelphia touchdown! The Eagles pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And this won't have the juice to reach the landing zone, so some great field position coming up for this offense at the 40-yard line. They'll start this series with an option left. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Daniels on first down. Buys time, rolling right. He finds Brown, right side. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
This is McCaffrey, left side. Touchdown, Washington! Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on him. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders tie this game 7-7. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Benjamin St. Just getting up to end that play.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Started a little slow, but we've arrived at the 2-minute warning. It's the Eagles with 2nd and 6. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he's brought down after a short gain. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down. gets clobbered behind the line. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line. Hurts now on fourth. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs.
Here we go.
On first down, here's Daniels. Brought in right side by McLaurin. And they take him down right along the 30.
Got it. Ready?
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Out of the gun, Daniels. He'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Rolling left, buying some time. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Washington calls it second timeout. Back to the line they go. It's second down.
Let's go.
Trying again following the sack. Forces one through double coverage. Oh, it's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
And even 20 seconds left at their disposal on the final drive of this half. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. 2nd and 3 now. They're just going to play it safe, sticking with the ground game, it looks like. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The Eagles decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Going to the ground again on first. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. All down by Dorrance Armstrong. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They'll stick with the ground game here. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Who knows when the deciding moment will come. We're underway in the second half of a deadlocked game. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Barkley trying this up the gut. Jukes one defender, and he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this 3rd down. Able to get it to Barkley. Escapes a defender. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense up to the line fast. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Offense in the hurry up here. Hurts with it on 3rd and short. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. They'll run for it with Barkley. Ooh, he gets clobbered behind the line. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And he drives ahead for good yardage up to the 45. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss is really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
Now Daniels off the play action. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless 3rd quarter for us. We're tied at 7 apiece as we get ready for the 4th. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
Ready?
They send a receiver in motion right. 1st and 10, around to Robinson. Oh, he lost the football! And it's a turnover. The defense has it. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Kate, as we saw when he broke that first tackle, he can absorb a shot, right? He's got great, what they call contact balance to absorb it and keep going. But that second hit, well, that drove the ball free and leads to this takeaway.
First down, a run with Barkley. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
These aren't the plays that will lead highlight reels, but they're the ones that win you ball games. What a nice game by the back. And now his offense can go in any number of directions on 1st and 10.
First down throwing for Hurts. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Well, okay, I guess we've got a couple of very giving teams today, Brock. One side coughs it up with a fumble. Then the other side graciously hands it right back with the interception.
Hey, listen, if you like playmaking defenses, then you like this game right here. These defenses, they're the ones supplying the big plays, and they're putting their stamp on this game.
Ready?
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And he's tackled.